we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. I'm like, no, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, nah, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic ritual? He say, the Illuminati never talk to you. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at him. Like, bro, you playing game. Like, why y'all playing with me? Stop playing. Like, how y'all getting this money? He like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation.
They gonna f*** you in the ass, bro, when you get AIDS, bro. And when you come back, you gonna be famous. When you come back from getting sick, you gonna be more famous than ever. You gonna go up more than ever. My mama straight like that.
Who would you say, celebrity-wise, you might think be on the tapes? Is Leonardo DiCaprio, you feel, on the tapes?
Yeah. But he'll buy that before it ever come out though.
Oh yeah, they got that kind of bread.
Yeah, he'll buy that before it ever come out. Cause they pass, and that's the thing, like, you know, they pass certain laws, like that revenge law.
Yeah.
That ain't about no OnlyFans models, man. That's for situations like these, man. That's what I'm saying. It's some type of something going on, bro.
Rapper Lil Tony, who has been making waves since the lockdowns, recently revealed a chilling story. He alleges that behind the glamour of Hollywood and the music business lies a dark system of rituals, manipulation, and dangerous individuals. What shocked everyone most was his claim that Leonardo DiCaprio, one of Hollywood's most respected actors, is not just part of it, but allegedly introduced people to something far more sinister. These revelations come at a time when the industry's already under fire from multiple scandals. The timing, the details, and the seriousness of the accusations make this story impossible to ignore. Today, we are going to unpack who Lil Tony is, what exactly he claimed, why Leonardo DiCaprio's name is involved, and how this all ties into the darker rumors about Hollywood and the music industry. Lil Tony may not yet be a household name, but his story is gaining attention because of his fearlessness in speaking out. He started making music during the COVID-19 lockdowns, recording songs straight from his phone. That beginning already makes him stand out because it shows a level of determination that most aspiring artists would not have. By 2023, his persistence paid off when he signed with Priority Records. He then released tracks like 3 AM and Canoozle, and later came out with a mixtape titled Two Sides to Every Story. His collaborations with other artists in 2024, including SS Werv Geeked with Yapoj, gave him more visibility. But instead of his music alone, his name became tied to rumors and drama, including a false story about his death after a nightclub shooting in Atlanta. Instead of staying silent, he directly addressed those rumors and used that attention to talk about what he saw happening behind the scenes in the music world.
What industry you are becoming of. Understand where you want to go, because the music industry, the entertainment industry is ran by the devil. I want y'all to know this. I thought it was cap. I thought the devil was cap. I thought God was cap. Now, I ain't gonna say I thought God was cap. I just thought it wasn't no Illuminati. I thought it wasn't none of that going. But what I want folks to know is, I know you probably seen the story I was telling about me getting booked for a photo shoot and having a real encounter with the devil. So,
wait, you had an encounter with the devil?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that. Can you like...
They booked me for a photo shoot. This is what made me start getting into God right before I got locked up again.
Yeah.
This is how I knew God was talking to me though. I was straddling the fence still on belief. This is why I was telling you I didn't know what to believe because I was getting into all the spirituality. I ain't know what to believe, and God sent me a real encounter, so I went up. I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They having OD cars. They got a 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them like, how y'all get all this money? Like, how y'all do this? And like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. Like, no, you don't, bro. Like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, nah, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic rituals? He say, the Illuminati never talk to you. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at him like, bro, you playing game. Like, why y'all playing with me? Stop playing. Like, how y'all getting this money? He like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. I'm like, what? I'm like, who is that? What is you talking about, gang? He was like, he giving me a list of people who all did it. I'm gonna keep it PG-13. He was basically saying either you let them peg you or you do oral and you'll get whatever you want. Tell them what you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big whoever, I can take you to somebody. And all you gotta let them do is just do what they want to do to you, just for a night. Do some gay, basically do some gay. That's what he was telling me. I'm like, hell no, you playing, gang. You playing. So I'm still not trying to believe this. And he like, this when they get to laughing, they like, oh, we need to take him to the booty club. Stop playing with me, bro. He's like, bro, I can make it happen. Now, while they doing all this, I'm trying to call my Uber. We on top of the mountain though. So I don't got no service. So I'm like, all right, I see which one he's working with. They take off. The people who booked me, they take off. Like I tell them, I'm like, all right, y'all can take me to y'all Korean barbecue. I'm telling them this. Cause they was telling me, they was like, when I start calling my Uber, my flight was finna take off. So they was like, man, your flight finna take off anyway. Let us just get you a hotel and you can come get some food at our Korean barbecue. I'm like, at first I was like, nah. But then I ain't had no service to get downstairs. Get down the hill.
Right.
So I'm telling them, take me down to the bottom of the mountain. When I'm not telling them this, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna let them take me to the Korean barbecue. Then when we get down there, I'm gonna just call me an Uber and go. So I tell them, like, take me down to a Korean barbecue. They like, okay, Shmoo, good, okay, cool. The people who booked me left. After they leave, I'm in the car with the other dude that they called up to have a photo shoot with me or take pictures, cause he come up and he like to take pictures with celebrities to make him look like he was rich or famous. I get in the car with him in the 3-seater McLaren. This man, as we going down, see, on the way up, we go all the way up, like in the swivel, like all the way around the mountain. Yeah. On the way down, we take a right. So he not going the same way that we came up. So I'm like, what the hell? So then that's what I try. I'm like, okay. I'm like, take me to go get some McDonald's, man. I'm like, Ishmael, I want to go get some McDonald's. He said, we not going to take you to get no McDonald's. We spent all this money to get you up here. This face change, gang. In front of me, you see Venom? Like,
yeah, like
Spider-Man?
Yeah, from Spider-Man.
Kind of like that. It wasn't like OD, like long, like veins, OD long out his face. It was probably about this wide.
Lil Tony is not your average rapper. He is not just chasing fame. He seems to be chasing the truth, even if it costs him everything. And that is why people are paying attention. The most disturbing part of Lil Tony's revelations is his claim that a record label tried to force him into a ritual. According to him, the men told him that he would need to take part in something humiliating, something that would strip away his dignity. They told him this was necessary to prove loyalty and to be welcomed into a higher circle of influence in the industry. But here is where it gets even stranger. Lil Tony said that these men openly mentioned Leonardo DiCaprio. They told him that DiCaprio himself had introduced them to the entity they were summoning. Think about that for a moment. One of Hollywood's most celebrated actors, known for blockbuster roles and critical acclaim, allegedly being tied to such a bizarre and dark practice.
You made a comment about how you was one of the few rappers that never sold these souls. What made you say that?
Because I know majority of these rappers. Yeah, I know what be going on behind the scenes. I know who not really in control. You know what I mean? I know the real. You know, a lot of times people be blinded by what they see in these videos and on TV, but I just know. I know what I know, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that ain't being righteous and they ain't keeping it infinity, because keeping it 100 ain't enough. That's a limit. You go with me, you gotta keep it infinity. So it's just a lot of people, man, that's just, you know, selling their soul and selling themselves short and distracted with the wrong things. So, you know, it is what it is, man. This industry is a very evil industry, you know what I mean? Like, it's very evil, man. So you gotta really surround yourself with people that think like you or bigger than you. So it's a nice amount of, I ain't gonna even say nice, it's a lot of rappers that sold their soul and, you know, they just
They let money dictate everything they do. They value money more than they value humans. I ain't participating in no bullshit. If it ain't righteous, I don't want to be a part of it, man. I'm not gonna snake my people. I ain't gonna snake my people, and I can't sell my people out, and I ain't gonna sell myself out. Fame ain't that important, man, for me to just do anything. It's cool. I'm used to the attention.
Yeah, that's crazy for me to hear you say that, man. So rappers is really out here selling their soul for success. That's a real thing.
For sure. Yeah. Behind the scenes selling their soul or snaking somebody who deserves opportunity. You know?
Have you ever been approached to do anything out of pocket?
I've been approached to have somebody come to my house and pray. And yeah, like, hey man, this guy, he's like he gets spirits out, and you know, he wants to come and pray. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I want to continue to pray the way I've been praying. I don't know who he believe in and what he believe in, but he can't come in my house.
While there is no hard evidence, the very idea of DiCaprio's name being brought up in such a context has shocked fans and fueled heated discussions online. Lil Tony's claim is not just about one label or one ritual. It suggests that the highest levels of entertainment are connected in ways the public would never expect.
Yeah, I seen some stills of some tapes being shot.
Now we live in the world of the deep fake and AI. Is it possible that could be created or crafted and sold?
So it's kind of hard to fake CCTV footage, simply because it's time stamped and the pixels in that camera. Any AI footage, the pixels is way higher than a normal camera.
For sure.
So, you know, you gotta take that into consideration.
I think I'm gonna Google everyone who has a $200 million yacht. And we're gonna line this. We're gonna get close.
It's hundreds of guys.
Okay.
Before we get out of here, bro, I just gotta ask you, so there's a lot of tapes that Diddy has made. Who do you think's on these tapes?
90 terabytes.
If you could maybe give us a celebrity, or maybe one, or maybe two.
Trey Songz on one of the tapes.
I said it. Damn, nigga. I knew. No, I didn't know.
Yeah, one of them tapes.
Trey Songz on.
Two more names that you might think is on the tapes.
That nigga said 2 more.
Yeah. If anything, again, this is just hypothetical. We don't know none.
Yeah.
Who would you say, celebrity-wise, you might think be on the tapes? Is Leonardo DiCaprio, you feel, on the tapes?
Yeah. But he'll buy that before it ever come out though.
According to Lil Tony, after he refused to participate in the ritual, things took a frightening turn. He says the group tried to kidnap him. While being driven, he claims the man behind the wheel began to shapeshift before his eyes. To most people, this sounds impossible, but for Lil Tony, it was a moment of pure terror. He says he was only able to escape because a post office driver crossed his path, giving him the chance to break free. The story sounds like a scene out of a supernatural thriller, but the emotion in his retelling shows he truly believes what happened. Whether people see it as literal or symbolic, the story paints a terrifying picture of what happens to artists who refuse to play along with the system. For many, this part of his testimony is what makes them pause. Even if they doubt the supernatural aspects, the idea of being threatened, chased, or even kidnapped for refusing to comply is believable given the history of power in entertainment. Lil Tony's claims did not come in a vacuum. They surfaced at a time when Sean Diddy Combs is facing one of the biggest scandals in the history of music. He has been accused of crimes ranging from kidnapping to coercion, with his infamous parties known as freak-offs now under the microscope. For years, these parties were whispered about, but now they are part of legal investigations.
A photo shoot. They paid me $10,000 for a photo shoot, and we had did the photo shoot on the top of a mountain. And then when we got done with the photo shoot, they got talking about the Illuminati. He was like, the Illuminati, you ever talk to you? I'm laughing at that nigga. I'm like, hell nah, what you talking about? He like, nah, for real. They haven't talked to you? I'm looking at that nigga like, what you on, gang? That's what I tell him, like, what you talking about? What you on, gang? He get to laughing with his buddy. He like, bro, we gotta take it to the booty club. Say, booty club? What the hell y'all nigga talking about, man? Y'all nigga got me fucked up. I should like tell him just like the hell, y'all nigga got me fucked up. Excuse my language, Lord, but I should like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I told him. So I'm like, shoot. So then they get to talking about, yeah, bro, you know, it's not what you seen. It's not what it seems. They like it's real, but it's not what it seems. He was like, he's like, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio, he does all the initiations. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, the hell, like these niggas just like they just saying all type of random stuff, gang. Like they like what else they say? They would give me all type of artists that had like it would happen, right? They say you gonna have sex, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna have sex. They gonna have sex. They gonna butt plug you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. They gonna I'm a cut filter, bro. Sorry, Lord, for cursing. Look though, they gonna f you in the ass, bro. When you get AIDS, bro, and when you come back, you gonna be famous. When you come back from getting sick, you gonna be more famous than ever. You gonna go up more than ever. My mama straight like that. So I'm like, what? So I'm like, what? I'm like, for real, he started giving me a whole list of artists. I ain't even gonna put them out there, but he gave me a whole list of artists who sold they soul and basically got fucked in the ass for pay. I'm like, what? I'm like, for real? I'm like, hell nah. He was telling me that that's all I gotta do to get whatever amount of money I want, whatever I want.
They tried
like,
Todd Dick Tony down tears of joy.
He'll connect me with all the rest of the rappers. I'm like, hell no.
This context makes Lil Tony's story more believable to some people. If Diddy's empire really was built on manipulation, control, and disturbing acts, then it is not a stretch to believe that others in the industry are connected to similar practices. When people put these stories together, the picture that forms is not one of glamour and opportunity, but one of control, secrecy, and even fear. Leonardo DiCaprio has always been an enigma. Despite being one of the most famous actors in the world, he rarely talks about his personal life. He is known for his roles, his relationships with models, and his environmental activism, but not much else. That mystery has always added to his image.
So I ain't got no service. So I slapped tell these niggas, they were telling me they wanted to book me a hotel and take me to their Korean barbecue. So I play the one, I'm like, all right, boom. Obviously, I see which one of these niggas done pulled on me. So I'm like, I tell him, I'm like, hey, bro, take me to your Korean barbecue, gang. I'm hungry. So he like, smooth. He was like, you gonna stay a night? I'm just capping him down. I'm like, hell yeah. Just take me down to the barbecue. Whole time, whenever we get to the bottom of the hill, I'm just gonna beat feet on them folks there. You see what I'm saying? So on the way down, you know, I paid attention. On the way up, we went up like this. It was a spiral. We all, you know, we had to go around the mountain to go up and keep going up. Now on the way down, on the way down, this took a right. I'm like, oh hell no, I'm cooked. I'm like, these niggas finna kill me, gang. Alright. So I'm like, alright, I ain't got no blick. So you gotta think I ain't got no blick. All I can do is fight. So I'm like, damn. Well, I'm cooked. So then I tell the nigga, I'm like, hey bro, take me to McDonald's. Once I see him bust the right, I'm like, take me to McDonald's. He like, this on my mama, this on my daughter, gang. That nigga face open up. His face changed, like, he like, we not finna take you to no McDonald's. We flew you up here. My mama like, face open up and everything, gang, cause it was 3 Asian niggas, you see what I'm saying? His face open up. My mama like, on some alien. I never seen no shit like that. And then, after that, he back in. This is how real God is. He was backing into somebody's driveway, smacked the mailbox, and he was in the 3-seater McLaren, you see what I'm saying? So So after he smacked the mailbox, he get mad as hell. I ain't know how to get out the car. Let me remind you, I ain't know how to get out the car. I would have been beat feet on the nigga ass, but I ain't know how to get out the car. So I see him push a button and the door go up. So I push my button, door go up. I get up out of there. Get what? It's so real, God. It's so real. He sent a mailman. On my mama, he sent a mailman out of nowhere. It was no mail, but it was nothing going on. It was nobody on these street, man. Mailman come out of nowhere. He get to check in the mailbox. I jump in the back of the mail van on my mama. Jump right in the back of the mail van. Get up out of there on the folks. That was the first time I knew that the devil was really, really real. Like
now with Lil Tony's claims, that mystery feels more unsettling. A resurfaced 2017 clip shows a rapper calling DiCaprio his favorite party guest, which at the time seemed lighthearted. But now, people are rewatching that clip with suspicion. Was it just harmless fun or a subtle hint about something more? DiCaprio himself has never been accused of crimes like those surrounding Diddy, yet the association, whether fair or not, places his name in conversations about Hollywood's darker side. For many, this is enough to make them wonder whether success in the industry comes only from talent or from something much more dangerous.
I kept God in what I got going on. I kept God. I keep God in what I got going on. I don't love money. I talk for myself. I come from a family that programmed me and trained me to be out in this world and out in the streets and knowing how to maneuver. So you can't lure me with no money or nothing like that, like meaning like, if I don't want to do the deal, I ain't gonna do the deal. The difference between me and a lot of artists is I started doing music for God. My grandmother played the piano, I was in the church, I sung in the choir, I played the drums, played the piano, sung in the choir for God, went to different churches and sung here and there, right? For God, doing music in the studios, making gospel music, making hip hop. But I started off doing music for God. So I'm not gonna let money dictate every move I make when it comes to music. It's a blessing for me to be able to create. The money is gonna come.
One of the biggest questions is why these stories continue to surface. Over the years, celebrities like Cat Williams have spoken about secret parties, strange rituals, and hidden contracts. Some insiders have described situations where stars are tested, humiliated, or compromised to ensure loyalty. Lil Tony's story adds another piece to this puzzle. He is not the first to speak out, but the detail in his account, including the alleged involvement of Leonardo DiCaprio, makes it one of the most explosive. The repetition of similar themes across different testimonies is what makes many people believe there is at least some truth behind the rumors.
They didn't know that Puff was helping witnesses with jobs. They was getting witnesses with the street team and certain people in the security, bringing them and giving them to the prosecutor. These guys in the industry want to act like that they didn't know that Puff helped send Shine to jail, because the prosecution didn't have enough evidence. You understand? They did not have enough evidence. And the evidence they had probably would have sent all three of them to jail, because all three of them, Anthony Wolf Jones, Sean John Combs, and LaShawn Barrows, what's his first name? Whatever Barrows, they all had the same charge. They all had the same charge, bro. But when those people from the street team to the security brought the people who said that they saw Shine shoot, who they said there was a witness against Shine, that helped free Wolf and Puff from any charges and any wrongdoing. You hear me? That helped free Wolf and Puff from any wrongdoing. So now, before we get to the courts, me and Puff stops in the Central Park and we walk towards the boathouse. And I'm wondering why we where we going, bro? You know what I'm saying? We're in the park. I'm running where we going. And as we going towards the boathouse, I look in the distance and it's this man in all black. He's in all black. And he turns and it looked like he had the white collar. I couldn't be sure, I couldn't be positive, but it looked like he had the white collar, because Puff said, yo, Gene, stay right here. And I stayed right there, and he kept on walking. So when Puff gets directly to the dude, he gets down on his knees. When he gets down on his knees, this man takes something, and it seemed like it had smoke in it, and he started doing it around Puff. And then he went back and forth, and then he went up and down with it, sideways with it, then back around it. And then he put it down, and then he put his hand on Puff's head, and I guess he started, saying something. I don't even really know what he said, but I couldn't tell what he said. You understand what I'm saying? Long story short, I see Puff reach into this case. And when he reached into this case, he came out and you could see something white in his hand. I didn't know it was a bird. I didn't know what it was at first. But he threw it up in the air. And when he threw it in the air, it came straight back down like it was a brick and said, bow on the concrete. And I was like, oh, that was a dove, that was a bird. Puff just got up. Puff just looked at the dude and just started walking towards me.
If Lil Tony's story is true, it also shows the risk of saying no. He says he was threatened, kidnapped, and barely escaped. For others, refusing might mean blacklisting, career sabotage, or worse. This raises the question of how many artists we never hear from because they refuse to play the game. The music industry is filled with stories of talented people who seemed destined for greatness, but suddenly disappeared. Were they victims of a system that punishes refusal, or just unlucky in their careers? Lil Tony's bravery in speaking out may give us a glimpse of what really happens when someone tries to resist. Another angle to consider is the symbolism often tied to Hollywood and music. From award shows to music videos, symbols connected to ancient rituals appear frequently. Some say these are just artistic choices, while others believe they are signals of hidden allegiances.
Where I'm from, I ain't gonna say necessarily believe in the devil, but we don't really pay attention to the devil. Like, it's not big. We trying to get some money and stay out the way. That's it. Get some money, get fly, stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? For me to actually see that in my face, see, what I'm trying to say is this coming from me, bro. If you know me, you know me. If you don't know me, then the people on camera, you ain't gotta believe me. I don't care.
Yeah.
But if you know me, you know I don't do no capping. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I don't just lie. I don't just talk.
Yeah.
I really saw this.
I believe it.
And it made me, that's what made me know that the devil and God was real. But that's what made me start to understand what is the real God. Since the devil real, what is the real God?
Yeah.
And within this last year, that was done 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But that was like a year and a half. But within this year and a half, that's what's been getting me close to God. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you saw the darkness.
I seen it.
And now you're in the light.
When Lil Tony talks about shape-shifting and summoning, it might sound extreme, but when combined with the visual culture of entertainment, it starts to make sense why people take it seriously. Hollywood is not just about movies and music. It often feels like a stage for something deeper, something that wants to be seen but not fully understood. Why do so few people speak out? The answer is fear. The industry has the power to make or break careers. It can silence individuals through contracts, lawsuits, or even more direct threats. When someone like Lil Tony breaks that silence, it feels revolutionary, but it also puts him in danger. This culture of fear explains why we often only hear about these stories when careers are already in decline, or when individuals feel they have nothing left to lose. That makes Lil Tony's decision even more striking, because he still has a career ahead of him, yet he is willing to risk it all to share his truth. Lil Tony's claims about Leonardo DiCaprio, rituals, and shape-shifting kidnappers may sound unbelievable at first, yet they strike a nerve because they fit into a growing pattern of disturbing allegations in Hollywood and the music business. Whether people believe him or not, his story adds to the cloud of suspicion hanging over powerful figures in entertainment. The truth might never be fully revealed, but as more artists and insiders speak out, the public is beginning to question the foundations of fame itself. Are we witnessing the slow exposure of a hidden system, or just another round of wild stories from an industry built on illusion? And most importantly, if even a small part of this is true, what does it really cost to reach the top in Hollywood? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. And until then, fam, keep it real.